One now. So Jack, before we begin, oh, so I was watching the latest EFAP episode, and no, I will not. I will not explain what EFAP is. And the topic. So in total, it's a 9-hour stream. I'm halfway there at the like 4, almost 5 hour mark, and and Muller and Rags and a few others were covering the most insane video I have witnessed.
Really?
Let me ask you this, Jack. Give me your honest opinion. Do you enjoy the Lord of the Rings movies?
No,
No, not really.
not really.
Okay. Would you consider them awful movies?
No, just long.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, guess what kind of video they were covering.
Lord of the Rings is saying that it's bad.
Oh yeah, but but in a way that is absolutely stupid and just okay. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you gotta critique something, yeah, when you gotta critique something, it's okay to dislike something, right? Now, if you're gonna call something bad or good, you need to provide uh, evidence to back up your statement.
Correct.
This guy not only does not back up any of his claims, contradicts himself, and and clearly did not have the attention span for those movies. And he did this whole hour long video of talking about each of the three movies. And I love Lord of the Rings. And and I admit they can be long, but they're long for a reason. A lot happens in this big epic.
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah. And for some and this reviewer, by the name of Cinematic Venom, very much very inspired by the Nostalgia Critic, so that gives you a clue there. Like very inspired. He could he couldn't fathom, Jack. He couldn't fathom of he couldn't fathom the fact that the movie was giving you too much information, but yet not giving you enough information. Even his complaints didn't even make any sense. Here's a better example. In the video, in Fellowship of the Ring, there is a scene which get a hold of Sanji. There's a scene in Fellowship of the Ring where all the main characters gather to discuss what they will do with the ring, right? And it's meant as the kicking off point for the adventure, where the Fellowship is created. The scene
Hmm.
itself is about 8 minutes, and they go through as to and the scene goes through as to why Frodo's the one he should take the ring to Mordor, to see what the ring does to the men, the dwarves, and the elves, and why they're bickering of who should take the ring, and establishing all of that. Apparently, according to Cinematic Venom, that scene in which it was supposed to, in which the Fellowship is established, A was too long. The scene is 8 minutes long. Okay, that's a non-issue. Like
Hmm.
long compared to what? It's establishing like the main kicking point of the story. Two, he says he couldn't understand what was going on. I'm like, they're talking about who's gonna take the ring. What's not hard to understand? Lord of the Ring may have a lot of lore, but it's not a hard series to understand.
Yeah.
Oh, and also apparently, uh, Semantic Venom also hates it that there are long establishing shots so that the audience knows where they are in the story.
Just too many.
Yeah, it's
Too many.
like oh my god, and he and I'm kidding you not. I think this guy is in the closet of the amount of gay jokes he done in this video. Like seriously, a lot of unfunny gay jokes. And I'm just thinking, and everyone else in the stream, is he gay? Is that why he's making these so many uncomfortable gay jokes?
Yep.
Ah man, like you don't have to be a Lord of the Ring fan to infuriate you because he just doesn't explain his positioning well. And so it was just a fun, good roasting. But man, he just makes some statements. I'm like, you are objectively wrong. There is no opinion. There is no, in my viewpoint, no, you are factually wrong, my friend. You don't have to like the movie, but at least back it up with credible evidence. So with that, welcome to episode 47 of the Hack Jack Show. I had to get that out of the way because I was watching that and it's baffling, Jack. It was baffling how this guy couldn't understand Lord of the Rings. And somehow he couldn't buy the magic in Lord of the Rings, but he's a big Harry Potter fan, so you figure that out.
Wait, so like he couldn't believe the magic,
He
or he
couldn't
just didn't like it?
he couldn't believe the wizardry that was going on in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it's simple. They cast a spell. It happens.
No, but Gandalf revolving around the floor, isn't that funny looking? You know, even though it's show that Sauron is toying with him.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But if it's Harry Potter does the same thing, I bet he'll cream his pants.
Hey, he's probably like one of those that licks J.K. Rowling's boot.
Well, who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe not anymore, because J.K. Rowling's always on Twitter news.
She
uh,
needs to really stop. It's getting annoying.
oh yeah, she is. At least she made a correct statement recently. At least she says something useful for once, instead of wizards teleport their poop and that Dumbledore was always gay. And Ghetto, why does it look like Vegas? Quote the nostalgia critic. Oh, I forget which video that was. It's been a long time. But in any case, proper introduction. I am the pretty and dumb one hack.
I am the schizophrenic Jack.
So this is what happens when you do late streams.
No, it's an inside joke.
Oh, I see. I see. I'm like part of the cool kids then.
Yeah, you have to come watch my streams.
I'm sleeping. I got work in the morning.
You gotta watch my streams.
And besides playing Minecraft, you're my best friend and everything, but you cannot force me to watch Minecraft. Not even PewDiePie can make me watch Minecraft.
This one's a plug-in, and plus it's a speed run, so it goes by quick.
Uh huh. Whatever. Whatever you say. Get a machine in the chat. The Hercules. You review Hercules? Oh, must be one of the more recent stuff then. Heracles, my favorite Disney character. Still love that JonTron video. Any case, so Jack, so no, so two big things in the world of comics and games. Now, luckily, in the games, is actually something of your particular interest, like real particular. Has to deal with a Halo
In the realm of comics or games?
games,
Okay.
and
All right.
we're within the realm of comics. There's a big expose that just came out on Bleeding Fool that details things that we we heard about, but now we get full confirmation. But before we get to those two big stuff, a lot of small things, a little sprinkles of small news, such as number one. To start off with Halo, there is news. Let me show this off for the audience here on nichegamer.com that Halo 3 will be coming to the PC Halo Master Chief Collection, and the release date will be July 14th. I'm sure you already
Oh
knew
yeah,
that, but
yeah.
it was the first I've heard of it because I don't keep up with Halo news.
It was pretty easy to tell just because they already put out the flight testing, which is their version of saying beta testing for Halo 3.
And there you go. So, good thing we started with Reach. Good thing we started with Reach, but now we have two more games to finish. Oh well.
Well, we're still doing the Halo 2 on our 50th because apparently Halo didn't like me downloading it for like one time. It wanted me to download it 4 times.
Oh, that's right. That made the anniversary stream so much fun. So do expect us to play that game on Legendary Campaign co-op sometime in the very near future. Who knows? That might be something we do near the end of the year, give or take. So a little small use for that, and also and also in first to movies, going here to Bleedful.com, there will be another Ninja Turtles movie, but this time a CG movie, and it's gonna be directed by the the guy who made
JK Rowling.
the guy who made Gravity Falls,
I know, which is a lot
which
better.
I mean I've seen episodes of the show. I didn't particularly
I don't
care
know.
for it,
The
but
art looks fun.
yeah, I was like, it's what it is. And yeah, I'm at least partially excited. Number one is off the hands of Michael Bay. I do appreciate that, and we'll just have to wait and see. I just hope it's not. I just I just hope it lives up because I kid you not. As far as I'm concerned, there hasn't been a great TMNT movie since like the very first one, and I mean like a great movie, but that's like lightning in the bottle. So I gotta kind of temper my expectations a bit. And even when I did that for the very first Michael Bay Turtles movie, even I was like, I wasn't expecting much, but god dang it, give me a little something. So
Owen was fun.
yep, so that's be coming in the very near future, and apparently it's also gonna be Nickelodeon's first ever CG movie. So,
Really?
which which makes sense since I wasn't say that second SpongeBob movie was, but only like the last third of that movie CG. So
True.
who knows? Might be worth something. And lastly, just to point some stuff out, why did I have this tab two times? I do you know of limited run games?
No.
Okay, limited run games. They're a special type of I also say publisher, distributor. They're also the publisher in which they would distribute and publish physical releases of smaller titles, usually either indie games or ports. And one of the most recent ones being that they're gonna be releasing a physical version of Garou Mark of the Wolves by SNK, which I will always shill because Garou is a great fighting game. And the best part is that because of the most recent up to date port of Garou, it will have the actual like um, really good online play, which is rare to say for any SNK fighting game. So and that's gonna be available to order this month. So there you go. And as well, and because also love Castlevania, there will also be a physical version of the Castlevania Anniversary Collection
Hmm.
later in the year for Switch and PS4. Oh, and for Garou, it's for PS4 only. So just little quick stuff. Just want to share and chill because I'm a weep for these two game series. You can go you and I control the stream, so yeah.
I control everything.
Oh man. And let me go to the check here. Yes, have expected to be super self-aware to a tiring point. I'm guessing he's talking about the turtle news, like tons of reference to the '80s cartoon. It's Jimmy. Oh, get it. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Nickelodeon made Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So wait, so how is Nintendo's their first CGI movie then? Maybe. Oh, you know what it
Well,
is?
what?
It's their first CGI movie from like their current studio or something.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what it is. It's not their very first ever one. And yes, I actually did kind of forget about Jimmy Neutron. I'm not gonna lie. I always forget Jimmy Neutron exists.
Yeah, that was a.
I
It's
wonder
its own weird thing.
I wonder if that show still holds up. I know a lot of people like to meme it, but is that show actually still hold up? I do wonder.
What's wrong, Jimmy Coon?
Oh God, don't do
Are you craving my croissant?
that. God. I never said I like its memes. But any case, those are just small fries. Once you get out of the way, let everyone know that get aware of it. But now onto the big stuff, and I think we'll start off with something that to get you and get you interested, Jack. We're gonna start off with not really a Halo story, but Bungie story. So I don't know about this, but let me ask you: are you familiar with a gentleman named Marty O'Donnell?
Of course.
Well, in this article I have here from Niche Gamer, headline
Mhm.
reads, and actually, you know what? Let me uh, give it to you on Discord so you can also follow along. I'll put in our sources. There you go. So, headline reads: Marty O'Donnell tells all about Bungie and Activision relationship. Quoting, "That was not a marriage made in heaven at all." So
Was
recent,
never going to be.
well, you get to know some details about that disastrous partnership.
No, I've seen Hidden Xperia's interview.
Ah, okay then.
So I already know.
Okay. This wasn't this wasn't news to me. So to initiate the uninitiated, to me read the article here. Composer and former Bungie audio director Marty O'Donnell has revealed more about the split between Bungie and Activision, hinting that the partnership was not amicable. 2019, Bungie split from Activision as their publisher regained the full publishing rights of Destiny. There were a few details on the reason for the split, with Bungie stating, quote, "We are ready to publish our own, while Activision will increase their focus on own IP projects." Now, in an interview with YouTuber Hidden Xperia, O'Donnell has revealed more. And there is actually a link to the video in the article. But we'll go ahead and read the selective quotes right here. So when Hidden Xperia asks about Bungie leaving Activision, this is what O'Donnell has to say. Part of me was, well, it's about time. The other part of me was, gee, I hope they get bought, so then I'll get bought out on my stock. By the way, which didn't happen. I'm still holding a nice chunk of stock from Bungie, waiting them to either get bought or go public or go bankrupt. Hopefully not the latter. That'll be kind of sad, actually. He continues
We
on.
saw.
Because I was in leadership and I was on the board of directors when we went with Activision. If there's any blame for going to Activision, I'm part of it. There were seven of us total, I think, that made the deal with Activision. We knew it was a risk from the get-go, and then it turned out to be exactly as bad as we thought it was going to be. Now I'm the only one who's going to say that except anybody who no longer works for Bungie, then everyone who no longer works for Bungie is going to say, yeah, it was bad from the start. If you still work for Bungie, you're going to be political and you're going to say all sorts of things about, oh, we had a good relationship and blah, 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 blah. We were able to build a wonderful thing. The time came for us to go our separate ways because we each had different goals and we were happy and love each other. And, quote, "That's BS," he says. "There's so many scripted answers out there that I hear. Yeah, that's just not right. This just didn't happen." Basically, it's like, well, it's about time. That was not a marriage made in heaven at all. I remember this to this day. The reason why we went with Activision was not just the money, but it was because part of the contract they didn't own the IP. Now remember, Microsoft owns the Halo IP, and we want to make sure whoever we were going to work with next would not own the IP. We would own the IP. That was non-negotiable for me personally. So before we move on, um, ain't, before we move on, any thoughts, Jax?
I mean, yeah, that's what they. It made sense because in the long run, it was a good thing that they made sure that they had the. In the long run, it made perfect sense because now, as you notice, they kept the Destiny IP with them, which is very good. Um, and especially, I mean, yeah, partially they were tired of doing Halo games, but they it it gave them more freedom to have their own individual IP, be able to work on it without having a publisher go ahead and like stranglehold them. Of course, that's how theoretically it would have worked. But unlike how you saw what happened, Activision still being Activision decided to mess things up.
And speaking of that, an interesting story he talked about when he was eating with dinner with one of the heads of
Yeah, this one.
Activision, with this
Yep,
story
this one.
here. He, to quote him, I'm sitting next to this Austrian guy, and he said, "Hey Marty, I hear that you have this saying, be nice to the goose." This is in reference in the interview. He's talking about how Bungie is a golden goose, and that you don't and that you want to be kind to the goose because that goose is gonna give you those golden eggs. So you get the metaphor he's trying to create. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
this one.
yeah, be nice to the goose because, well, tell me what that means, the Austrian man says. And I told him that it's important to be nice to the goose because this is where they're going to come from, which, said verbatim. So the goose is the team that made it, and sometimes it's hard to identify. But if you're nice to them, you'll get more golden eggs. But if you're not nice to them, you won't get golden eggs. And he goes, yeah, I like that story, golden eggs, the goose. But sometimes there's nothing like a good foie gras. And I don't have to know what foie gras actually is, but I can tell just even the interview was like that must be some sort of European dish with ducks in it.
Pretty much, he was saying that it's fine to kill off the company, or like they're not afraid to kill off the company just so they can make a little extra.
Or save a little extra.
Hmm.
O'Donnell states that he continues to get chilled down as like even retelling the story. The red flag went off. What should I have done was stood up, flipped the table, and told the other Bungie guys we have to get away from here now, but that only happens in my dreams. This occurred around the time Activision fired Infinity War co-founders Vince Zampella and Jason West in 2010. Didn't they go and make Respawn Entertainment?
No, they didn't make Respawn Entertainment. They went to join it.
Oh, no, I don't know. Hmm. And in the ensuing lawsuits from Infinity Ward, including denial of bonuses and royalties, secret interrogations of staff without a lawyer present, and other hostile tactics. It should be noted that O'Donnell was fired from Bungie in 2014. O'Donnell claimed this was without due cause and later sued Bungie over unpaid vacation time off, and more. The lawsuit was ultimately settled, Bungie paying over 95,000 US dollars, around 38,000 for what he was owed, another 30 in damages, and other lawyers' fees and interest. O'Donnell briefly alludes to how he was overruled at Bungie and then let go. He may be implying that his dismissal was over his refusal to let Activision alter Bungie IP. Now, I know you already know the story, but this was news to me. This was definitely news to me, and I'm and honestly, hearing this story and the comic story that we'll be getting into shortly, it asks this question. It makes me ask this question. This could be, and this honestly, this could be applied to any type of company, but why are entertainment companies so scummy?
Because they, after a while, they stopped thinking about it as a having enjoyment for like making great games and more about the money. You can
Yeah,
see by how AAA games now are pretty tiring.
yep.
That's why most of the times whenever I play a game, it's not really AAA.
Yeah, same here. Actually, what was the last AAA game I played? Huh?
AAA games have, to me, have at least gone very generic.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I think there's no better example than Sony exclusives. I mean, if you put in God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Uncharted next to each other, I mean, aside from additional mechanics, come on. The only thing they have going for them is that they look very pretty, very pretty games, but pretty bare bone with pretty bare bones in terms of gameplay, or at least basic and simple. But I'm honestly trying to think what was the last AAA game I played. I'm honestly trying to. Actually, you know what? You know what? The last AAA game I played. Oh, hold on a second.
Do you care to? All right. Well, I guess he's going AWOL for a bit. But yeah, considering
Sorry
with the
about
whole
that. Sorry, I distracted family. But as I was saying, I was gonna tell you, Jack, the last AAA game, not and to qualify, just the last AAA game in general that I played recently was Halo Reach. Maybe Street Fighter Five, but uh,
I mean,
it
yeah,
has a AAA budget, but it's not necessarily what you but not necessarily what you come to mind when you think a AAA game. I get what
yeah.
you're thinking. But yeah, I think Halo Reach, when I played with you on the anniversary thing, was the last like actual big, huge budget game that took time to
But
play.
but to be fair, I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't count that
We
just because though that was made in the early 2010.
it was still a big budget game even by that point, and is
Yeah, I know it's a AAA game, but I'm talking about AAA games now.
no, well, as I said to qualify the last. I never said the most recent one I played that was new. I just said the last one I played, like literally the last one I played.
And that just proves a certain other point, whereas it wasn't even a recent AAA game.
Exactly. And also Ghetto puts also a good point. The Avengers generally look like the most boring game I ever seen made with the IP. Exactly. You seen some footage of that Avengers game Square Enix is making?
I completely forgot about it.
Well,
I
here,
f- complete-
well, let me just show you some let me just show you some screenshots, and just to show you how let's see, exciting this game is gonna look. First for perfect first image. Perfect first image. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. There. And what the? That's not a GIF. That's not a GIF at all. Hold on.
Jeff,
Oh my god, I said. Oh, wait. Why am I getting? No, I'm not trying to get a GIF. I'm trying to get a JPEG. I'm stupid. All right, I put it on the
this long to realize
I'm gonna put it in the sources.
the sources.
On the sources. And nope, not that one. That's the one that's not a JPEG. It's this one. This is the JPEG. No, god dang it. Why am I failing so hard right now? Are they not JPEGs? Are either not JPEGs?
Never been.
Oh, maybe. Oh, ah. Hold on. God dang it. I just need a JPEG. God dang it. Work with me. Work with me. Okay. Yes. What? You know what? You know what? F it. Just work. Let's work with what I got. Oh my. Ah. Take this out. Ah. Just look up. Okay. Just look. Just look up Avengers game, and you'll see the freaking thing. I don't know why I'm having a hard time just to download an image. In any case, I'll show it to the audience. So this is what we're referring to.
I'll just look at it through the live stream here.
Okay. So here's just like random cutscene in the game, and now and just I'll let the image speak for itself. But I'm also gonna put up and I'm also gonna put up something side by side. So I'm gonna go here and just put in the Avengers. Let's go in uh, comic. So they look like in the how should they look like in the past? So, ooh, perfect. Some Kirby art. So we got that. You know, this is how they look like when they were brand new.
One
Here,
second though. Let me derail it just to make a comment about your search engine. You use DuckDuckGo?
Ja.
Cool. I've never seen anyone else use it.
uh, I'm not gonna lie. They made a very compelling argument. God dang, my phone's ringing
What
up.
was your
So, any case, so
yeah?
here's what the game, the characters look like. Pretty much,
Hmm.
they just kind of a very bad looking version of what the characters like in the movies. And it's supposed to be comics. It's supposed to be fantastical, marvelous even. And this
Especially
is
with Square Enix in the field.
yep, and this is what they look like at least in the very older comics. So, see the contrast there? Well, because you'll see it eventually, but I mean, imagine a game, an Avengers game in which they brought like the Jack Kirby art style in, and you can play it in that style. But then it says it's got to go with this very, very bad, very just generic looking realism. One more time.
Okay, I see.
Kirby art, the game. So, just because then everything has to look realistic. Just make it pop. Just make it
That
pop.
looks.
That's all I'm saying.
Can't wait to see Iron Man dancing to pop.
No, no, that's gonna be more Thor because people want a more funny Thor.
Yeah, but you said make it pop, so we have to include all of them.
Not that type of pop. Let me look at the chat.
Ah, so K-pop.
No, no, no. God dang, no. Maybe what? I probably might be a thing with Kamala Khan. Just he's also in the game. Which I'm not gonna lie. When they showed off like Kamala Khan, I was like, well, any excitement for this game, it just went. And apparently you start off the game with her. Like she's the very first character you use, past the tutorial mission. So I've heard. Ghetto, it doesn't help that it's suffering from please watch our movies, which makes it constantly really generic, especially Captain America's. I can't get over Cat's design. And yep, that cat's generally the worst cat design I've seen in a while. And Gemini Samami, that goes the best search engine. Yes. And Ghetto says, hell, I take no more design costume over this. Would would you want to see the Avengers as designed by the guy who draws Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts?
Totally. Can't wait to see the running animation.
And will they have big feet though? And
I hope to be the. I hope it's the Kingdom Hearts running animation because it's like he looks like he's trying to run, but at the same time has like a limp.
I think the closest we ever got is that Nomura. He designed. I know he did an art of Batman. Let me see if I can put it up. So to give you an idea of what he will do if he's got a hold of a superhero. Oh, sorry, and they made a figure out of it too. And freaking cost $250. Okay, huh? That's odd. Why is it interesting? I don't know. Okay, I could. Okay, some reason. Oops. Uh, I had to show off the stream then because I was realizing what my computer is doing for something odd, and I don't know if that's because of the DuckDuckGo or because of my computer. In any case, if you look at the stream, so this is what Batman looks like by the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts artist. Um, I don't know about you, but I think he got inspired by a very different superhero. Hopefully that shows up in the stream. Uh,
Jesus, what the hell?
exactly, that's Batman.
That is so. I mean, it looks nice, but it doesn't. It's not Batman.
It's a sick Kamen Rider though.
Yeah, like I like the design. I honestly do, but my first thought is not Batman.
No, he looks like either a Power Rangers villain or like just a another common or or like a dark edgy Kamen Rider. Maybe it's supposed to be like going with Batman Beyond, but god dang, all he's missing just he needs more zippers. That's all he's missing. He needs more zippers.
Eats more zippers.
uh, imagine. You know what? It's Square Enix. I would play an Avengers games that look like that. Will it look weird? Maybe, but it'll be something.
Yeah.
It'll get the Japanese flair. Again, there's also a few other figures of DC superheroes redesigned by Squeenix artists. Oh, Naruto made
Squeenix.
Catwoman. Oh, I have to look at that. Look up that one now.
I forgot that that was their nickname. Squeenix. Sounds like the smaller version of an Onyx.
Freaking Catwoman looks like a Metal Gear villain.
Can't wait.
Oh, here I'll show you. Okay, let's see. You know what? Do that. Uh huh. Uh, there. Why is it saving it like that? You know what? You know what? Oops, not gen. No, get out of there. What am I doing? General? No, get out of there. Hit the wrong button. There we go. I'm so prepared, guys. You don't even know how prepared I am.
But if I lose you, I pretty much lose the whole the whole show.
That's freaking. So that's not even a JPEG image. That just leads you to. Uh, I'll go ahead and just show it on the stream again.
Yeah,
Even
just keep showing everything for me on the stream because that's the only place I'm going to be looking right now.
yeah, there you
Actually,
go.
I'm playing Stardew Valley.
All right, now it's on the stream. So there's Catwoman looking like I said, like a Metal Gear villain, a Metal Gear Rising villain to be precise.
Ooh, with the tight buns and everything.
Well, I can't tell from the back, but from the front.
Jesus Christ! Why is all of them look like they all look like as if they would be the final boss of a Final Fantasy game?
A Final Fantasy 13 game maybe, but I'm getting Metal Gear vibes. All is missing. All is
No,
miss.
this is definitely just Final Fantasy in general. If you've seen the
Even old
like
school Final Fantasy.
yeah, the GBA game had something like that too.
Nah, kind of find it hard to imagine like modern stuff, modern fantasy maybe, but not a classic.
I don't know the I forgot what was his name. Exodus, something
Exodia.
like that. It was like something like that.
So that's a pretty cool, interesting take on Catwoman. She'd make a pretty awesome Ghost in the Shell side villain or something. And Gale's got money, 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 money. Gemini, some of me. No freaking way they're making money off this crap. The design isn't bad, but looks nothing like Batman should. Yep. I don't know if those figures are still available to get, but they're there. You know. You know. What? Japan likes to replace the tights and make it with just very tight-fitting armor. Which, if you think about it, that's what Batman wears anyway. So
Yeah.
just added extra angles. But anyways, before I got distracted by all that, I guess one more thing I want to talk about with regards to this um, look Halo news here. I'm surprised that
Hmm.
because Bungie by all means is a but Bungie by all means is not a small name studio. So I'm surprised that there's not a lot of other game studios and developers not following their lead, or at least or at least not talks of doing that.
I mean, well, I can't really tell.
I mean,
They're always pretty.
who knows? I mean the separation was like last year, right?
For what again?
For Bungie and Activision.
Yeah. No, I felt like it was 2 years ago.
Let me see. I think it's mentioned in the article here. Uh,
Could have sworn it was like around 2 years ago.
no, it was 2019. It was literally last year.
Yeah.
So, I'm surprised then. Bless you. I'm surprised though there hasn't been like other dealers commenting on like, you know what, we're gonna split with this publisher so we can do our own thing. Because if, if Bungie, I'm sure there's a lot of game studios as big as Bungie, and they would have the capital to publish and distribute their own games. Because I could think of a few developers in my head in which you're like, you know what, just leave your parent company and just do your own thing. Like, how- like, who are the main guys behind the Deus Ex, the recent Deus Ex games? Hope it's not just Deus. I hope it's not just Square Enix Montreal. I need to. Where's a specific team? Let's see. Look at us. Info a bit. Developers. Eidos Montreal. Yeah, like Eidos, who are owned by Square Enix. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that at least none of the people within Eidos who made great games and have made great games for years, then try to like, you know what, we have enough of our own to go our separate ways, and we don't need Square Enix to overlook us and tell us, hey, we're gonna not get your Deus Ex game, but help make this Avengers game. But who
I
knows?
mean,
Maybe it might take another year. More companies will take example.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean it's already kind of that trend's been happening, with a lot of on smaller developers going to like through crowdfunding, like Igarashi. Familiar with Igarashi?
I'll probably be familiar with works rather than names. I'm not really.
Okay, Igarashi. He's the one that he didn't create Castlevania, but he helped develop the modern Castlevania style, which has a very Metroid feel to it.
Gotcha.
He was responsible for that, and of course he got I don't know if he quit or he fired from Konami. I think he just quit, and he went to Kickstarter, and he go I think Kickstarter, and boom, he got his own IP going with more projects to come. Same thing with Platinum Games, the Bayonetta company, and they're already publishing and distributing their own games. So at least on the Japanese side, it seems that way, but just wish there was more on the Western side. It
Yeah,
just any case, it's just honestly just anything, so that there's no big monolith with the big AAA companies.
I don't know. Like for me, I mean, yeah, that's very true. I mean, I can't really argue that. I was trying to see if I could do devil's advocate on any of that, but no.
Yeah, because at this point, all the AAA studios and things are either getting too big to handle themselves, or their quality of work is just going down, down, down over the years.
They've always like I don't know. I feel like it's been mostly I feel like it's mostly the political stuff that's been causing games to at least AAA games to stop that, and also of course money. But
I think that's also I'll say that's also an aspect, but it doesn't still doesn't that still doesn't explain the still declining sales of Call of Duty.
well,
But that is an aspect in most cases, though.
I mean, Call of Duty is always going to be popular just because it's a simple, mind-numbing game. Especially with the to be fair, I looked at Warzone videos and they look fun, but like that's all I can really say about it.
Mm,
I can't really form a certain opinion on it just because I stopped playing Call of Duty since like World at War.
I see. Do know this though. I do. Here, you seen those images of like of just copies of Last of Us Two still in shelves, especially over in like in the Asian and European markets. I think there was one store that was trying to get got to the point where like we're giving away for free if you buy like the two other games. We'll throw in Last of Us Two as an extra copy.
Oh damn.
Yeah, yeah. So and there was a report that, of course, the game did like big numbers this first week, but then by second week, went way down, went way
Pretty
down.
sure it also went a little bit negative, or at least went backwards. The money, the positive money went backwards because people were refunding it
That's true.
to the point where they're like,
To the
"All
point
right,
that
we
stores were
don't."
no longer offering refunds for that game.
Yeah.
So bad it got. So, I feel like we're gonna. I feel like we're gonna enter a very interesting time in gaming. A very, very interesting time. And I just and to the point that all these big companies are gonna blow up, and all that remains is gonna be a lot of game developers and studios who are like double A, who are big, but they don't just but they're not just funded by a big parent company, or they just don't have that big marketing, but they're still financially stable, and Nintendo, because nothing's gonna stop Nintendo. Oh man, I wonder who's gonna outlive us all, Nintendo or DSP? That's the real question. Will DSP outlive Nintendo? Oh my god. You know what? That could happen. Never say never. That could happen. DSP could outlive Nintendo, which has been around for like literally a century. Any any case, any last words before we move on to the next topic?
Like, hello?
I'm here.
I said no, not really.
Oh, okay. All I heard was just meh,
Meh.
meh.
I mean, that also supports my feelings for the for for what's happening right now. But yeah,
All
just
right
meh.
then. All right then. So we're going on to the next big story that I kid you not. I kid you not. That yesterday I couldn't access the page because the website got DDoSed.
Oof.
So I will put in disclaimer, and you gotta be fair that that right now there is no official what's that, I guess that none of the people mentioned within this expose and in this article have come out and say that's true, or but they also have not come out and say that it isn't true. It's merely here is information that we gotten over the past few years. See for yourself, judge for yourself. And it's actually they're gonna and actually the writer for the story, uh, I'm gonna say she because she uses the pseudonym Penny Parker, so I'm gonna say
Hmm?
she. She's also has a follow up coming in next week. So the article comes from Bleeding Fool, and of course I'll post it in the sources for you, Jack, so you can follow along as well. It is entitled Expose: The Whisper Network exists and seeks to destroy male comic pros. So, and it's a long, very long article. It goes a lot into detail. So I'll read certain bits and pieces, but I encourage everyone to, of course, read it for yourself so you can draw your own conclusions based on the evidence presented, and take what I would say as merely my own opinion. So here is was the open introduction paragraph. Many of the women promoting the cancellation of men in comics and demanding they post a recent empty promise known as hashtag comics pledge are in fact hypocrites. In this article, I'm going to present evidence of lies, collusion, and rumor spreading, and in my opinion, defamation and contract interference. I personally know that they've colluded for years to take down men, specifically those with conservative politics and philosophies. This is an ongoing coordinated effort. How do I know this? Because I obtained access to their private Facebook group. Now, funny enough, in
Hmm.
the article, she tries to she adds a link so you can try to go to the Facebook group. Problem is that it's one of those groups that you can't just simply look it up on Facebook and find it. You
You have to be
literally
invited.
you have to be invited, and if you search it up, you just won't find it. Even a link to the group leads you to like, sorry, no page exists.
Huh.
Yeah. So, so here is the writer's story. I first heard about the Whisper Network back in mid 2016 from folks I knew at Image, DC, Marvel, and later Valiant. Depending on who I chatted with, sometimes the group was called the Women's Network, or other times the Whisper Network, occasionally the Whisper Campaign, and eventually there were more conspiratorial names used mockingly. Regardless of the name, it was all the same group. The same five or six names kept popping up in conversation over and again. As time ticked out, I noticed a trend on social media. Half a decade of rumors, false allegations, cancellation attempts, and they almost always trace back to these same five or six people. The goal of this Whisper Network, according to industry folks, was simple: choose a target, smear them till they lose their reputation, their income, and are ultimately blacklisted, opening up job opportunities for the same people who started these smear campaigns in the first place. And and in it and in it she also puts in various tweets of comic creators, professionals who who do mention the Whisper campaign, and and do very talk very around it. They never say it doesn't exist, but they very much do talk about it. So and to and to where things and to where at the time that I started hearing about this, like I said, it was something that's always heard about, but always rumored. You know, of course, you can always trust rumors for so long. But the way I heard it was through this. Was when on December 16th, reading the article, 2018, Whisper Network member Gail Simone, who joined the network 6 years ago, mocks doofuses who speculate that a Whisper campaign exists, and it shows a tweet. It shows a tweet saying that exact same thing. Then here's another tweet in which Gail makes a list of fake things Whisper campaign discussing in an attempt to laugh away the notion. So she tweets out on December 16, 2018, today's Whisper campaign topics: the good Ben Stiller movie, covering up for bad smells at cons, comics page glue, fact or myth, playing pretty coy. At this point in late 2018, I was still skeptical of the Whisper Network's existence. I've heard many stories of individuals spreading rumors and lies, and plenty of malicious behavior was going on behind closed doors. Though I wasn't ready to believe it was a coordinated effort or collusion was involved, then certain people began openly mentioning the Whisper Network, and my attitude changed. On March 26, 2019, Heather Antos, a member herself, did not outright mention the Whisper Network or her involvement, but she made what some took as a veiled threat to those who got on her bad side. Her tweet goes, Pro tip: industries are small. People talk. Don't be a dick. Heather Milkshake Girl, just as she's wildly known in the comics gay group, Heather, colorful backstory at Marvel and later at Valiant, is notorious in the comic industry. A conversation about office rumors spreading and bullying is never complete without someone bringing up a juicy Ansos anecdote. Everyone has one, which is actually actually true. Heather Antos is a very toxic lady, and it seems like wherever she goes, she just there's always seems to be trouble wherever she goes.
Hmm.
Up until then, I still hadn't seen actual proof of a larger scheme, but then something changed in 2020. On January 8, 2020, Alex DeCampi, who I discovered is one of the most active Whisper Network's members, openly admits there is a network. I have no idea if this was a slip or a brazen attempt to show off her power and influence, but this appeared. And Alex DeCampi is also another professional comics writer. She says, he's been verboten on the Whisper Network for years. Time to stop whispering and start shouting. She tweets on January 8th, 2020. Then on June 16th of this year, another key member of the same group, Stephanie Cook, makes mention of the same group again without naming it directly. So it goes on that okay, this they're talking about this group, they're playing coy, but then they're now no, that now they're coming out the woodworks like no, this type of group exists and we're gonna use their influence. Now the whole point of this whole group is number one is to essentially to gain power and control in the within the comics industry, and not just with Marvel and DC, but also the also smaller comic companies as well. And mostly the names that always pop up is Alex DeCampi, Gail Simone, Heather Antos, Tamara Bovillain, and most recently Zoe Quinn. That Zoe Quinn. Oh, and Max Hisagio. who recently, I kid you not, Jack, this Max Zazagio, who's a trans woman, she attempted to smear the name of a Batman writer by saying he was love bombing her,
Oh my.
whatever the heck that means. And and this writer Sean Gordon Murphy, you know the worst thing, the crime that he did to Max Asagio? Be supportive of her career and promote her works and help her out. And then
So egregious.
she just turned out, stabs in the back by declaring she was grooming and love bombing her without any actual evidence. Luckily, Gordon did not make any statement on that. He left that alone. So he was smart enough to not get involved in that, and she made herself look like a fool. But you have those type of very very toxic minded people. And another one, Gail Simone, who at one point, Jack, she was an actually decent comics writer, and she's made some good material.
Hmm.
But but she's also a very high strung feminist, and eventually her political ideals got the best of her. And Gail Gail essentially spearheaded as one as Ethan Van Sciver, famed comic artist of DC, who used to work with her and has been around her. She was
Hmm.
very much a person you do not want to be with at all. Very extremely toxic, very bitter old hag essentially. And she pretty much, to describe it, came came to the comic industry and says, "Oh wow, yeah, this industry is a bit sexist, don't you think?" You know, because all because she did writing this little critique about how women were treated poorly in comics by using one specific storyline from one specific Justice League comic with one specific character, and that was enough for DC to kowtow to her and even hire her to join the writing staff. And she's been given big names such as Batgirl, The Birds of Prey, Plastic Man, and uh, and I think that's most of the ones she knows. I know she's done a lot more than that. So you get what kind of people we're working with. And let me hold on, look in the chat real quick. Uh, Gemini Samami, Nintendo is about to start freaking up and bending the knee. I don't like the sound of that. I
Like
don't
that either.
Gemini DSP will never die, exactly. But I might be biased. He says, I see every business messing up. I doubt Nintendo will have the integrity and self-respect to hold their ground. Who knows? Ghetto says, "Oh, holy crap, hack!" And he says, "Why are these people like this? Remember that meltdown Simone had over people not liking the birds? Oh, that's right. And recently, uh, Gail Simone she was having like a Twitter meltdown because apparently she's such a great writer that she spends all her days on Twitter and literally like thousands of tweets per day. Well, more like
Damn.
hundreds, but still. And she
Damn.
was having a
Still.
meltdown over the failure of the Birds of Prey.
Uh. Really?
Yep. And also she's also very thin-skinned because also remember this small story in her very recent Plastic Man comic. She there was a moment where Plastic Man was pretending to look like a woman, but the only thing he couldn't take away was the bulge in his pants. So you have this beautifully drawn woman with a bulge sticking out
Why?
for comedy.
Hey.
She thought it was
Hey. Some
funny.
people like that.
It was we're not on a Dojin site, so okay, it's just regular superhero comics. So, in any case, she drew that, and it was supposed to be like something like, "Oh, look, he's Passive Man look like a woman, but he can't take away the one thing that women don't have." Isn't that funny? and then eventually her own like-minded people, it's the extreme trans right activists went after her for being like, how dare you make an insensitive joke about that? Don't you know women can have penises? And she immediately was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I want to make an official apology. I did not. Oh, I'm so sorry to the
I can't
entire
believe it.
trans community. Oh my, I swear I will learn this lesson and not repeat the same mistakes. Pretty much, she even her own like-minded people, she's even afraid of and will cater to when she's caught. She also said her son doesn't like Western comics and it hurt her. I don't blame him. I do not blame him at this point in comics history. I do not blame him. Besides, if you look at the evidence, most young men are reading manga, and that's men all in here in the states. They would rather read the latest volume on One Piece than read what the heck's going on with Batman or Superman. So it hurts me to say even that. Any case, so so to look through it in the interview now, to like I said, there is a lot of there's a lot of evidence and screenshots and posts that really, I forgot what the word is, put these professional writers in a bad spot. And quite frankly, if I had the time, I would go every single words. But I'm gonna go ahead into what the final words of the article, in which Penny Parker says, "Now that they've been exposed, what narrative will the Whisper Network and their allies in the media run with? We only target right-wing extremists, or we only target sexual predators," is their logical defense. By the way, in reference to
Hmm.
that artist I mentioned, Ethan Van Sciver,
Yeah.
he admitted in one of his live streams why he left DC, and you know what it was?
Why?
Because he supported Donald Trump.
That's
He,
it.
yep, and he's been with DC since like the mid '90s, and he had to talk with the editor in chief, and pretty much said, "Hey man, like look, he, I I disagree with it as well, but you know we got a company to run, and I'm sorry. So I'm not gonna fire you. You'll just separate ways." And Ethan's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And so he left DC, a company he's been working with his practically entire professional career, all because all because of he was conservative.
So stupid.
And as
I'm
for
telling you, like it. I don't get why nowadays politics is so damn important for everything.
hmm
It makes no sense. Why does everything in entertainment have to be about politics?
because as the great Anita Sarkeesian once said, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, everything is sexist, and we gotta point it all out. Words straight from the horse's mouth. And that's me being kind to what she looks like. Oh, and also, as far as the sexual predators, it's funny. They say that, but they let an actual sexual predator um, be loose until finally he was exposed, in which he was an actual, predator with underage girls. And it wasn't until like 2 years ago that he was exposed, and if you follow any type of comic media, it was barely a mentioned on like the big comic book news sites.
Yeah.
Yep, and Ghetto says they all devour each other. I think Kate Leth got canceled recently. Kate Leth. That's the case, and I miss it because there's always someone being canceled for the most ridiculous things. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Comics Matter with your boy Zach, formerly known as Diversity in Comics, he also was a target of these female dogs, and all he does, I kid you not, all this conspiratorial nonsense, all this backstabbing, all this smearing and lying, and just extremism, all for comic books, Jack.
It truly makes no sense.
All of this because a guy on YouTube said your comic sucks. All of this because a professional had his own political opinions. All of this,
Damn.
all of this happens because the comic industry just simply let these people win, have corrupt news sites, and refuse to accept reality. Heck, today, just today, the earnings and figures came out for how much money the comics earned in last year. And anyone hear something sad? A professional
What?
DC writer, Tim Seeley, went all in the tweets like, "Hey, look, for all the people who think comics are doing bad, look, we made more money than 2018. Sure, overall, but of course, you got to read more than just a headline when you realize that sales for individual comics, the actual 20-page floppies, went down by $5 million,
Oh,
and
damn.
digital comics also went down by $10 million.
Oh, damn.
Graphic novels is the only thing that shot up to like 700 millions. But when you include graphic novels, you know what's included in that?
What?
YA graphic novels and manga. The two most popular types of comic art forms that's actually making money. So yeah, comics are booming if you include manga. Take away manga, it's Jack. I mean, well, not
Me?
it's not you. but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
but
booming.
it's but take away manga and YA novels, graphic novels, it's nothing, you know. And these people just don't want to admit reality. They don't want to admit reality at all. And and when I look at my own personal life, he's like, "Oh well, this could be just stuff you just see on Twitter and and on the internet. That doesn't reflect reality." Well, let me give you an idea, Jack, and everyone in the audience. When I go to my comic shop, keep in mind this is actually a comic shop in our city that has multiple shops and is a big company. If they're going to be going down, it will take them a while, and they're one of the few businesses that were able to reopen early enough during the pandemic, at least here in our city. And when I look at their stock, I'm gonna paint you a
You're
picture
gonna be
here.
telling me that I should invest right now?
Let me paint you a picture here. So let's say this whole screen that you see on the screen that's our two windows, right? Let's say this represents the entire store floor. Now, Jack, the size
Yes.
now see the size of your box.
Yes.
You are the size of the amount of stuff that actually sells of comics, meaning comic books and graphic novels and any other assortments of type of books, right? That's you, right? Everything else plus me
Mm-hmm.
is merch. Funk,
Oh, damn.
Funko Pops, statues, toys, t-shirts, hats, posters, all of that
Dang.
stuff.
Damn. That's a lot.
And it's not a geek store or nerd store. It's a comic store pro- advertising themselves that they sell comics, and the amount of comics they have, which is still a good fair amount, but only takes up your real estate in this entire screen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's going by just percent. That's going by percentages. Now I'm glad they're still in business, but imagine a comic shop run by one or two people,
Hmm.
and they don't have the funds to go out buy like a hundred Funko Pops or anime T-shirts or all that stuff you'll find at a freaking what's that stupid emo shop again?
Topic.
Hot Topic, yeah, yeah that. They don't have all that stuff. They just have comics, and comics are losing interest. And not even the hardcore fans are they're slowly dwindling because they realize their hobby's getting expensive and the product they're buying is not worth the money. It's not worth paying $4 to $5 for a run of the mill comic story that ultimately leads nowhere or it's gonna be extremely horrible. Occasionally, like all the comics that I review on my channel thus far, those are not the rule. Those are the exceptions.
Hmm.
Those are the ones I've either A thought, okay, that looked interesting, or B, oh, this was an actually good comic. And that's discounting all the old school comics I reviewed as well. Just excluding those, just new
Hmm.
stuff. It's like
Hmm.
I'll get like freaking five, maybe six comics a week. Three of them are even worth reviewing because most of them are just eh or meh, and I paid about $4 for them for a meh product.
Yeah.
So, however, though, I'm gonna get I'm gonna take a little. Let's stop myself. I'm gonna read the chat real quick. I know I know I see ghetto blowing up in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Caitlin was the writer for that awful Hellcat book. Oh, I missed out on that. I just saw that art, that terrible Tumblr looking art. Just I was like, nah, I don't think so. She got canceled for knowing about predators in the industry and doing nothing, putting down other female writers, and jumping ship to animation. She's in the High Guardian Spice. Is that still a thing? Is Hard Guardian Spice still a thing? Has Crunchyroll released that yet? Hold on. I still remember that freaking video. Hard Guardian Spice. Is that even out yet? What's the latest news on that? Hold on, little tangent. Well, that's lovely. Last news was 136 days ago, but it was announced. Nice, nice to know your Crunchyroll subscription is going to great stuff.
I love it.
And
That's why I never use it.
that's why I stopped using it.
I always told you.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. You were right. Supposedly it's finished production. Supposedly, though. Supposedly. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe they couldn't finish because not every animator was a woman. You know, every single frame needs a woman's touch. Oh man, I still cringe at that. I still cringe at that like promo video. Still, you know what? Hold on. I wanna. You know, I wonder. I want to hold on. I want to rewatch that again, just to relive the cringe.
Just to relive the cringe.
Yes, and get but Crunchyroll seems to move on to other originals. I wonder why. Let's see. Hi, Guardian Guardian Spy trailer. There we go.
This show.
Here it is. All right then. I'm gonna put it on. Put this better not be turned into a freaking. Hold on. I got. Hopefully, sources doesn't mess me up. We can play the video on the sources for the stream. There we go. All right, let's go and I'm gonna roast this real quick. Hopefully, we don't get a weird copyright strike for playing this. If not, we'll just
Most likely. I don't know.
Well, we'll just EFAB it.
Oh my.
Yes.
This show
Let's see.
has a lot of heart that I don't think would have come through from any other studio.
A lot of heart. You know, a lot of heart. You need. That's what you need when making a show. You need heart, Jack.
One of the things that really attracted me to the position was the opportunity to do traditional hand-drawn 2D animation. Not only do I get to go back to the art
Admittedly, I'm not gonna make fun of her look. You know, she's not gonna do that. But still, though, it's funny. You think that's why they're probably taking so long because they're doing it to the traditional way? But even though I look at it, it's like I don't know, nothing about that, nothing about the stuff that's seen traditional. But who knows?
art form that I truly love. But I also get to create a studio
Look at that. You look at that. They can't even have women do the animations. Look at that.
from scratch.
Well, let's see the scenes.
High Guardian Space is about
Oh God. Ray, be hot. Be hot. You know what? Don't worry about the hair. Just work out. Do some workouts.
Just do some workouts. You'll be fine.
Do some chin ups or something. Just give yourself a good chin.
Four girls who live in a magical city and are going to school to
How
become
dare you say
guardians.
something so sexist?
But yes. Hey, why don't you improve yourself? How dare you?
It's funny.
Oh, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. Amelia, Amelia, I don't mind the clothes. I don't even mind the hair, although you really should have prepared for this shooting. It's the glasses, honey. Honey. I'm
Eccentric hack here.
honey, just
Honey,
just get some
girl,
just
bam.
just get some new glasses. Like that's really all it is. Like you can work at everything else later, but just start with the freaking glasses, please. The everything needs the
Honey.
cat rim. The cat rim. I hate that.
Everything needs it.
Oh, hold on. Ray Rodriguez is a trans dude. Oh, my dude's going to get canceled. Oh, we're sorry, Ray. Hey, wait. They all look the damn same.
And
Oh, look who's a
it's
sexist in
warm
the chat.
and it's adventurous, and they're letting us make it a little bit.
All right. Honest critique though. Like, this is just obviously just line art, but there could have been something there. At least for children's entertainment, there could have been something.
Weird, so that's very exciting.
But it's
There's an authenticity to it and a sincerity.
Wait, hold on.
that's the beauty of it.
So that's very exciting.
There's an
And I also love it that when I first watched this, after watching all of it, I did not know anything about the show they were pitching. And also,
I don't think anyone did, to be honest.
no, but also, of course, we got some weebs here. She's got some amiibos of the Square Girls from Splatoon 2. I'm assuming some card capture Sakura thing and Sailor V over here. So, at least she's got some nice inspiration on her desk.
an authenticity to it and a sincerity that's just heartwarming.
Yes, sincerity, heartwarming. What's this show about? That's all I want to know.
It's a very modern reflection of the world. Our characters
Oh, that sounds promising. A modern reflection of our world, Jack. It's a modern.
I like the sound of that. I don't know what it is, but I like the sound of
that.
that.
Oh, I didn't notice this character.
are really diverse. Our cast is really diverse.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. There's the word of the day: diverse. Of course, I have to say diverse. Our cast is really diverse. We're all diverse here. All of us liberal white women.
You ain't diverse, you're racist.
Yep. If you do not like diversity, particularly a specific type of diversity, then you're a racist. Aruga. And hello, Blue. Hello, Blue. We're just roasting. We're just roasting High Guardian Spice.
And that's one of the things that
Oh, good lord.
Poofy
I
art.
think she.
Yep.
Very
Very poofy.
Also, this is the one who made the dumb Hellcat comic. Why am I not surprised? Hold on. I gotta put in my honey. Again. Let's you know what? Let's not focus on the flower shirt or the pink hair. Let's start with something basic. Just the glasses. Why is it always cat trim and glasses, honey? Please, honey. You know, you look like you're ready to go on vacation. That's all I'm saying. Oh man. All right, let's get going.
excited me the most about it.
People are really
There's a shaved head. You know that. I guess that is a modern reflection of society.
Surely is.
Wait, I see a cigarette. Oh wow, so I'm guessing if this character was allowed to smoke, it was supposed to be a show for teens then, because there's no way you'll have a character smoke on a children's show. No way. So I'm guessing it was meant for an adolescent audience,
Probably.
but yet they go with a very child-friendly art style.
Hey, that's how. Hmm. I don't know. Also, hold on. Be right back.
All right. Uh, Blue. I like her shirt though. Like by itself, yeah, but it's just wear that at home. Don't wear it in front of like you're in an interview. Unless you can pull it off. It's a wine mom shirt, but wine moms are nice. I never had a relative like that constantly drinking wine. Consider myself lucky. And get a resume my grandma scout, so I like it too. Well, and also, and to be honest, if you got rid of the freaking shaved head thing, I actually would probably dig this character design. I do like the punk look of it, but it's the hair. That's all it is. That's all it is. She probably would have been my favorite character if this show actually existed, but no, it's just the hair. The hair ruins it. I there's there's like only one fictional character I've seen that can pull off the shaved head, and that's it. I have not seen any other fictional character pull that off. Actually, no, maybe two. And as far as any real life person, you have to see anyone in real life pull that off. It could happen. It's just that it's like the fedora. It's like the fedora. There's people out there who could pull off the fedora, but yet it's always worn by people who simply cannot do that. Fun fact about Les: she had an affair. Okay then. She had an affair with a married man who died of cancer and then proceeded to boast about it on. Hold on.
Diverse. Our cast is really diverse,
I'm
and
back.
that's one
This broad ghetto. This broad. Oh, so Jack, guess what I just learned about lovely Kate here.
Fun.
Ghetto says, fun fact, she had an affair with a married man who died of cancer and then proceeded to boast about it on Twitter.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think she believes in Jesus Christ, Jack. If she did, she would be wearing nice church clothes. In any case,
of the things that excited me the most about it.
I'm gonna ask you this. So the side shave. Do you find that's equally cringy as someone wearing a fedora?
Mm, no, I find the fedora cringy.
Yeah, I say it's about equal. Because you can't pull off with the fedora, but you gotta do two things. Number one, wear an actual suit, and number two, cut your hair. You ain't unless you look like Johnny Depp, you cannot pull it off.
People are really excited about what the show is and what it represents.
Well, there's many other ways to pull it off, but most of the times people that wear fedoras are the ones that want it to be pulled off, but they know that they with how they look, it's never
With
gonna
their
be pulled off.
features.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to be nice here.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Ghetto says, honestly, High Guardian Spices like could have been an average Magical Girl show. Probably could have been.
The fact that
You know, it'd be a
Crunchyroll
good
Oh, look,
Magical Girl show.
Finally, the first guy we seen on screen. Let's get rid of him. Skip him.
You know what's a good?
It's women's turn. It's women's turn.
It should be like Madoka Magica. Everyone dies.
No, no, no! Don't make it like Madoka.
And the Suicide Pact.
No, we don't.
That was only one-sided. Which is pretty much a mass murder.
Let us know in the chat. Do you want every Magical Girl show to be like Madoka? Let us know.
With a very bad ending.
Always the bad ending. No good endings. Bad endings
no,
every day.
Like, the ending was meh.
Oh, that's a bad ending. I thought you meant like that was a woof, like woof, like that type of ending.
No, it was just meh.
Ghetto, let's see. Blue says, I don't mind the side shave for what it is. It's just really overdone at this point. Yeah, and it's worn by people who honestly should not wear it. And Ghetto, if it were on a different service and the marketing actually told you what the show was about, it could have been fine. Actually, it would have been nothing. It probably would have been like it came and went,
That a
and
lot
that's
of
all.
other shows and other
But
studios
just the way it
really
was
have forgotten
marketed, and because of Crunchyroll,
how to do.
it
We are
ended up becoming the
50%
way that it
female
is.
in all the
And
creative
now
roles. And
we're coming up to 2 or 3 years. No, coming up like a year later, we still don't know if still don't know if the show is gonna be real or not.
our writers' room is 100% female.
Oh, I see the diversity. You see the diversity here, Jack?
Where? I remember, there's a delay.
Oh, it's the diversity of hair. Look at that diversity
Oh
of
my-
hair.
It's like anime.
It is like an anime.
Let's talk
Here's-
about who's the pro tag.
Who is the protagonist in this image? It's actually, you're right. We got our main characters right here on the left. Everyone else is just background characters.
I mean, this is what my whole career has been about,
Oh,
is trying to
man.
get those voices.
I think I remember hearing a story that the old lady, Miss Margaret Dean, I think she actually like I think she's actually like a high position union member of the Voice Actors Guild, or something like that.
in there that are not
Could be wrong
being
on the
heard.
details though. I'm sure this show will be fine when it comes out. When it does come out. Although nothing says wanting to be the short stumpy girl in a magical girl show.
Like,
Even oh man, good memories, good memories. Ghetto says, Blue says, I love Madoka, but no, it only works because it's an outlier, just like Evangelion. And Ghetto, no, I don't want Ariazugo to be Sailor Moon either. Well, too bad. Every shonen's gonna be like Naruto. Every shoujo. What's another funny word? Shoujo. Shoho maho. And
Great JoJo.
not Jojo. Oh, by the way, speaking of Jojo, Jack, we really gotta follow up on the last Jojo stream. We really do.
Eh.
I know it's on, but you gotta finish what we start. Besides, it's not like part 5 is actually bad. We just don't like it as much as compared to the other parts. That's all.
It's just so uninteresting.
We'll fight. We'll plunge through it. Besides, you gotta at least see what King Crimson has up his sleeve.
Sorry if you heard that. That was for a game. So
Hey.
if anyone heard that, good. If you didn't hear that, good. No, if that didn't pick up in the stream, good.
Oh, now I'm hearing it. Jack is a multitasker. Therefore, he is a woman.
It's just like I
according-
gave someone. I'm sorry, but I'm playing Stardew, and I gave a character, the homeless man character, his order. Like he asked for something, I gave it to him. Then I talked to him again. And he's like, I don't want friends. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, screw you too.
You know what that reminds me? Back. Hold on. Blue says, should you like evacuate? I don't know what Blue's talking about. But you know what it just reminded me of? Well, I remember when I watched the first season of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Don't laugh.
Which one? No, which episode?
The one where Pinkie Pie is trying to make friends with like this old geezer. Or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I didn't like it that much.
When I watched it, when I watched it, I was actually on the side of the old man. I'm like, Pinky, leave him alone. You'll actually be better friends with him if you just leave him be. Leave him alone. You're wrong. Let him live his life. He certainly don't need you. But by the end, he's like, oh, we're great friends. Like, no. You lost, dang it. Oh. It's like, no. It is the wrong lesson.
No, you're
If-
just being a grouch.
Oscar,
Everyone, HAC is a grouch.
Oscar, why you're such a grouch? Because I live in a fucking trash can.
Oh, that seems like a you problem. That's not an us problem. So
I'm the poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street.
that seems like a you problem again. That's not an us problem. So why can't we be friends?
and you missed the Dave Chappelle joke.
No, I remember that one.
It's funny. You know what? Actually, you know what? I want to show you something. Hold up. Let's show you something else. Because that's all the stories. I said my piece. So we're just gonna goof around for till the end. Ghetto, Crunchyroll, Marvel. I'm here, a bisexual black guy. Hire me. I'll make something super diverse.
Nice.
Don't forget disabled. Lou, I think I misheard what he said. Thought he said there was a hurricane. Oh. Blue,
Yeah.
trust me, Jack and I have been through enough. Jack and I have been through enough hurricanes. We know when one's coming.
Yeah, we just kind of.
They're coming.
Oh, another one. Okay.
What's it called this? What's it called this time? Oh, it's called Teresa.
Kevin.
Hurricane Kevin.
Hurricane Karen.
Oh,
Oh, no,
no.
it wants to speak to the Texas general manager.
Hurricane Karen. More powerful than Hurricane Ike and twice as deadly as Thomas. Oh man.
Worse than Hurricane Ken. That's apparently the male version of Karen.
Oh, that's
Ken.
right. Which you know what? It works. It works. It works.
Yeah, Ken from Street Fighter is a big Karen.
I mean, he has the hair of one. Blue says, "Get it together, Grouch." Blue, so like how we ignore tornadoes completely. Ghetto, saying where I live, hurricanes are a minor convenience. Yeah, they're also to us too, except for that one time in which, whoo, man, whoo.
Which time?
What was the one after Katrina?
After?
Yeah.
I thought that was Ike.
Oh yeah, it was Ike. Oh yeah, I'm confusing it with Harvey. Yeah, Ike one was actually got some damage, but all the other ones we've been fine. My favorite are the old people that go out in their front porch to tape it. I mean,
My favorite one,
You know
my
what?
favorite video is of this guy, this random metalhead, going out there in the middle of a tornado, whatever is happening.
Oh, and he has the American flag and everything.
Yes,
I love it. That's why I love this country.
that's just change that to a Texas flag. Yeah, that's pretty much Texas.
Hold on, I gotta. I also gotta show off. I just feel like I gotta show off two clips in the stream. I'll try to be careful with them. Cause as soon as Blue was talking about tornado, you know, is the first thing that came to my head.
What?
Dale. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can find. Oh, here it is. Him talking.
Okay.
Him talking about tornadoes. I'll try to be careful. I will try to be careful, so we don't get a copyright struck and all that.
You won't be careful at all.
That's right. That's right. It is a lie. I'm never careful.
Never careful.
Never, ever, ever. Hold on. Oh, there. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Yo.
Back a Trump supporter, confirmed. He says bing. Bomb.
Oh, that's right. Bing, bing, bom.
PewDiePie confirmed Trump supporter.
Oh man.
Old Captain Cow flight all over the
There
place.
you go.
This is no
Just want to show this off real quick.
time for jokes, Boomhauer.
Exactly. No time for jokes.
This tornado's already classified at level 2 on the Fujisaki scale.
I want to find the scene like him actually at the tornado, but I couldn't find it by itself, so I stick with this one.
A storm that strong will send an egg through a barn door. 2 barn doors if one of them's open.
What would a level 3 do, Mr. Gribble?
Level 3 will send an egg through a brick wall. Tornado
And the best part.
chasers call it Humpty's Revenge.
Humpty's Revenge. I love that episode. I think that's the first. It's a weird. I think it's a weird thing to notice, but I think that's the first episode in which we canonically see Hank's butt. I think. I want to say I think, and that's how we knew that Hank simply had no ass. And also, I still love the moment that he had a choice at the end of the episode to cover his private parts. He had a choice of using the Texan flag or a cactus. And his, and his patriotism, he couldn't do it, so he decided just just cover the cactus up his naughty bits. I'm surprised though that he didn't get a little prick from that.
Was just very careful.
Yeah, it's in a tornado, no less. Get it, my favorite pick is the dude who put his car on the front porch and prepped for the hurricane. Oh, and here's the other video I want to showed you. Jack, have I ever showed you the video in which someone mashed up like old stand-up skits with scenes from like the old JoJo OVA?
No.
Well then, you're gonna learn today. Gonna learn today. And this one I have to really be careful. If I see that warning, then I'm stopping it. But we'll see. We'll see. OMG, the name of Easy's live stream is cracking me up. Is he live streaming again? Oh no, wait, no. Blue? Was it the one he just did with your boy Zach? Oh wait. J.K. Rowling plays 40 Quidditch with SJW bitches. That's
Nice.
funny. That's funny. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want to click. Here we go. Here's the video I was talking about. It will be shown. Sorry, sources.
Narcissus.
Here we go. Now this one I have to really be careful.
And for all we study about health, we know nothing. Is milk good or bad? I rest my case.
Oh man. Gotta keep pausing.
You don't know. You don't know anymore. And a lot of you were sitting there thinking, fuck, I'm an adult. I don't have to drink
I
that
remember this one.
Oh man.
shit anymore. When I was a kid, you knew milk was good.
Yeah, I think I've seen this one.
Oh yeah, it was probably like years ago though. Like years ago.
There was only one kind of milk, moo cow fuck milk, and that was it.
Oh man. Oh man. Let the joke run its course.
When you had to drink 4 glasses a day. Now you don't know, because when you go down the aisle of the grocery store,
I don't think you'll get copywritten for this one.
You sure?
I mean, it's a parody already.
I know. Oh, well, all right. I'll play it in full, like without pausing, and I'll just pay attention to the stream.
the milk aisle goes on for fucking ever. There's 1%, 2%, low fat, skim, acidophilus milk. What the fuck are you talking about? Acidophilus milk? Milk doesn't need a friend. That shit belongs in the yogurt section. Lactose intolerant milk? Kiss my dick.
One time my daughter had a black eye because...
Oh, this bit. Oh, this bit. Okay. I'll let this one play as well.
She walked into a door because she's stupid. And she had a little black eye. And I took her to ice cream. We went to an ice cream place. And everybody in the ice cream place is like, give me a dirty look. And I realized they think I hit her. And she has a black eye now. That's why I'm taking her to ice cream. That's what they think.
I love this.
And I was so insulted. I want to say, hey, fuck all of you, okay? She's this big. You think if I hit her, she'd have a black eye? She'd be fucking decimated. There'd be nothing.
I don't know why,
there.
but these
Look at this
voices
shit.
fit
I would
well
ruin
with the
her head with one punch easily. She has no defensive skills. She fucking sucks.
It does. It does. I think the one that fits well is with Dimitri Martin and Kakyoin. Oh man.
like just smiling at me, and there'd be just fucking.
Punchy Jolie.
Just a dent there, like a fucking bomb went off.
I'm looking at the pop.
Let me go now. Let me go. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's see.
I'm re-watching it on the stream. It's just the part where Joseph or Joestar, Josuke, he's just Jotaro. He's just like showing his hand, saying, "This will decimate her."
Oh man, let's skip ahead a bit. Let's go to the Abdul part. I love the bit they do with Abdul.
You guys want too much shit. This girl gonna talk about make me come. I said, where the fuck are you going? She said, eat me out. I said, I'm not hungry. She said, ride me. I have no license. She said, hurt me. I said, I'm on parole. She said, fuck me. I said, fuck you too. Type of French kiss me. Bitch, I'm African. Then she said, tell me something dirty. I said, your kitchen, bitch.
Battery.
The last part about the kitchen always gets me. Okay, where's all right? We'll go to the We'll go to the last I want to share from this video.
Your dick. Now I'm watching.
Okay, here we go. This one's with Endo. Let's forget almost forget his name.
It as an adult, and I realized Sesame Street teaches kids other things. It teaches kids how to judge people and label people. That's right. They got a character on there named Oscar. They treat this guy like shit the entire show. They judge him right in his face. Oscar, you are so mean. Isn't it, kids? Yeah, Oscar. You're a grouch. It's like, bitch, I live in a fucking trash can. I'm the poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street. Nobody's helping me.
You know what?
Man. Oh, so now stop there. I'll stop there. Oh, it's such a funny video. Ghetto, who was Abdul? Who was Abdul? It wasn't Bertie Mac. No, it wasn't Bertie Mac. I actually don't know who Abdul was. It's a funny skit, but I don't know who Abdul. Oh, okay, here it is. It's in the description. Abdul bit was done by Michael Blackson. That's his name, Michael Blackson. I never heard of him, but hey, he had a funny skit. But I don't know. That is, although I don't know how you got Bernie Mac out of it. That sounded nothing like Bernie Mac. God, I remember when Bernie Mac. Well, rest his soul. Gosh, I feel like he was a comedian I never gave enough credit to, and he was like very, very popular. But I was just too young to appreciate his type of comedy. Way too young, actually. I wouldn't not even get it anyways.
Yeah.
Ah man, let's see. Oh, by the way, you know what I've been getting back into lately in my spare time.
What?
Metal Gear lore.
Oh, goody.
Oh man, I forgot how I've been so way away from Metal Gear that I forgot how crazy those games are. Now I don't feel like playing them again. You know, much as I like Phantom Pain, I don't feel like replaying it. But I think one of the craziest things I was trying to remember. Okay, so do you know the whole deal with Revolver Ocelot and Liquid Snake?
Kinda.
Okay, so in MGS1, Gray Fox cut off Revolver's hand in the beginning of the game, and so Revolver Metal Solid 1, Revolver only had one arm, I should say. MGS2, he got a new cybernetic arm attached to him, but it was heavily, well, not I want to say implied, but it was pretty well. It was heavily implied that the spirit of Liquid Snake possessed the artificial arm of Ocelot, so Ocelot saw himself as Liquid Snake.
Huh.
But then that was retconned into that didn't actually happen. Ocelot got a new arm and he brainwashed himself. I'm sorry, he hypnotized himself to thinking he was Liquid Snake.
Why?
I don't know. I think he did that to fool Snake somehow. I think that's how it went. but or or but MGS4 is weird, man. Metal Gear Solid 4 is weird. Like if you thought like the whole thing with MGS3 with like the guy who shoots bees at you and the
that goes like super Nicolas Cage. God, not the bees, not the bees.
Oh man. Let me look at the chat real quick. Oh, oh, that deep space, that deep space black dude from next Friday. Thought it was Birdie mad because he has a joke like that. Ah, okay, I see. Oh man, and oh, and also another thing I forgot about MGS lore. I forgot that I forgot the fact that in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, you can have a big boss get a special box called a love box, right?
Hi.
And with it, you can invite other characters into the love box, and well, the box begins to shake and a heart appears. And you hear
He goes both ways.
and you hear Snake grunting a lot.
So you can go both ways then.
That's actually yes, because you could do it with Miller,
Jesus Christ, Miller.
Ocelot, but the most disturbing one, actually, I think the only really disturbing one, and Paz.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they got away with that. I don't know how. Like as like even for a Japanese game, that's going a bit too far because it was clear of what the heck they were doing under that box.
No, you don't know. Maybe they're playing like
They're playing Uno under the box.
They're playing Twisters.
Oh, yeah. They're playing Twister with no pants.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big box to play Twister in. A really big box. Greatest soldier in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Greatest soldier in the world. Oh man. Oh, and also is Metal Gear Rising on PC on Steam?
Yes.
I gotta get that game one. I gotta get that game one day because I played it, but it was only one time.
Dead on.
But I gotta play it all the way through from myself because I feel like I've always want to do the codec calls, but no like let's play or playthrough. They're not gonna bother showing all that stuff because I really want to get into like what's going on in the world of Metal Gear.
On, apply directly to the forehead.
Don't forget to drink your enemy's electrolytes. That's how you rebuild your. Couldn't just get great and just drink Gatorade? I'm just saying.
No.
I'm surprised.
It has to be done this way.
It must be. I did it because of the song. So that song is like that soundtrack is great. It does a great game has a great soundtrack. But who's more cheesier soundtrack, Metal Gear Rising or Sonic game? The 3D Sonic game.
I don't know. I like the cheesiness from the Sonic one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a hard question. What do you guys think? If you were had to listen to a cheesy rock music, would it be Metal Gear Rising, or let's go with the best example, or Sonic Adventure 2? If you had to listen to cheesy rock music, gun to your head. Hold on. Is there a gun emoji? Hold on. Nah, I don't think YouTube will have a gun emoji. Maybe a laser.
Why would there be?
Because it's fun.
You're so violent.
I am not violent. I am malevolent.
No, you're violent.
I'm malevolent.
You're violent.
I'm not. Wait, did you say violent or violent?
You're both. A violent.
What do you got wrong with purple, huh? You got something to say about purple? Well, friggin' syringe, and swords, but no gun.
Ah, yes, you can joke about drugs, but no, you can't joke about guns.
Well, don't you know, man? You don't you know, man? Drugs are good for you, man.
Having a stroke there.
I forgot where I was going with this joke.
Are you having a stroke?
I almost was gonna say the paramilitary complex. I was like, wait, I mean the industrial military complex, but what does that have to do with marijuana?
Marijuana.
That's a weak that's a weak flame you got there. Oh, I smoke marijuana. Oh, I'm already losing my head.
Maury.
I love that episode. Ghetto says Anarchy Reigns has the best soundtrack in any platinum game. You are not incorrect for that statement, but I will challenge you on that statement.
I challenge your challenge.
I challenge that challenge too. In fact, it's a 3-way challenge. Get it.
I challenge. There is this one. Remember this one weird cartoon called Skunk Fu?
Hold up. Skunk? I feel like I know this, yet don't know this. Hold on.
It was called Skunk Fu.
Skunk.
I think.
Was it on Disney?
It was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, Cartoon Network. Oh, okay. I vaguely remember the show. I think the show aired around the time I was really not gonna. I was like slowly stop listening to, watching Cartoon Network.
My favorite scene, though, it was the only one that made me laugh. It was just the part where it's just like, they both him and the villain just like look at each other. They're like, I challenge your challenge. No, I challenge your challenge with my challenge. Well, I challenge your challenge with my.
They suspiciously sound like Arnold in that scenario.
They do.
Oh my God.
Because they were buffed up, and they're all super buffed up. So that I guess that was the thing that if you're buffed up, you're apparently you're Arnold.
Ghetto says also I go with MG. I'll go with Mega Rising just for I'm my own master now, which is a great song. And he also says I advocate for everyone to try Mary Jane once in their life, but please, for everyone's sake, do not make it your personality. I can agree.
Like people with coffee.
I can agree, or people who watch The Office,
or people that say I like traveling
and food. I agree with the second half of Ghetto's statement. I agree with the second half. I don't.
Why do people think it's like quirky to have that? Women especially. I like traveling.
No, it's not.
I like coffee.
It's not women. It's basic women.
Yeah, basic women.
Basic women. It's the what's that? It's the proto Karens of the world.
The proto Karens.
The proto Karens.
Proto Karens.
Exactly.
The Karens who surpass
the Karens who surpass Metal Gear. What's another Metal Gear like in a Karen?
Liquid Karen.
Solid Karen. Solidus Karen. Tactical Karen action. Alright. That's just stupid. This is stupid.
Hey, you wanted a stupid? Chill right now.
I said silly, not stupid.
Hey,
There's a difference.
same difference to me.
I see. See, people call me crazy for saying that phrase, same difference. But look at us now. Now we're all using the term same difference. I like to believe I'm the one who started it. And I will take all that effort. I'm sorry, not effort. I'll take all the credit.
All the effort. You could take the effort. I'll take the credit.
No, you know what it is. The same. You know what the same difference is? It's my meme, but not the internet definition of meme. The real definition of meme. Same difference is my meme, and I will spread this meme to the next generation. I forgot how much like memes are a thing in Metal Gear. Say we will spread the memes to all over the world. So that's the meme. So that the memes can infect. I don't know. I kind of lost interest what Liquid was saying in that speech. We are all the memes. We are all the memes. A big boss or something like that.
We all have a little bit of Big Boss inside of us.
Especially
if you went into his love box.
Or if you play Phantom Pain. You're Big Boss. I'm Big Boss. Blue, you're Big Boss. Ghetto, you're Big Boss. And Gemini, if you're there, you're also Big Boss. We're all Big Boss. And you know what? I'm sure there's a big boss somewhere who has a birthday. So you know what? Let me look that up real quick. There we go. Ooh, excuse me.
Excused.
Oh, speaking
But
of
I'm gonna have
birthdays,
to kill you.
speaking of oh, here we go. Do me a favor, Jack. When your birthday comes up, just boot up MGS5. It's like, even though you probably have it uninstalled, just boot it up just so you can have this scene.
Just so I can have the birthday scene.
Yep, just for this scene. This is all for you. It's all for you guys, because we're all Big Boss.
Yep, this is.
Everyone in the street is Big Boss.
That's my present for my birthday from HAC.
No, it's
Just
not.
re-download your game. Re-download your game and you watch that. There you go.
There's your birthday present from HAC. Truth be told, I actually never booted up this game on my birthday, so I never experienced this moment. I never experienced this moment as it should be.
Oh, same.
But still, it's cool they added it in.
Happy birthday with salutations. Happy birthday, may your sky stay blue.
Freaking Code Talker is even there. Where's Huey? Or maybe this is after Huey. It's the F Huey, either way. No one likes Huey.
Yeah, he's a bit of a... Yeah.
It's a good cigar there.
Oh, but I won't have Quiet with me.
What's Quiet? I don't think Quiet's in these scenes.
Yeah, she is sometimes.
Oh. I forget, could you actually get Quiet back after you beat the main story?
Yeah.
But would you like do something that ridiculous?
I think so.
I thought it was like you got to like beat her boss fight many times, but I don't think that was the case.
Yeah, that actually is the case.
Then how many times? Because I did that boss fight so many. You know how many times I dropped a box on her?
You did the box one.
That was actually that was like my first time fighting her. I didn't have like any sniper rifle at all, so I was like, okay, what do I do? What can I do to beat her? Because every time I pop up, she gets me. I was like, wait, okay, spot her with the scope, and then drop a box on her. At the time, I felt like, man, I'm such a genius. No one will think of this.
Everyone in the
Everyone thinks
freaking
of
world.
it. Everyone in the world thinks of it to the point that it got like it did, and it got it got patched up to do so much damage. For that one moment, I truly felt like Big Boss in that one moment, and it was still cool too when I had that realization when I was playing MGS5, where I was like, I'm on a horse with a rocket launcher destroying tanks in Afghanistan. I love this series. Like that, I thought occurred to me, and I'm like, only Metal Gear, only Metal Gear can make that statement make any sense. Oh man. I think. Oh, and also you know what I need to what I need to personally get as like a DVD collection. The last thing I'll say, I really need to get like all of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force stuff.
I never liked that show. It was just so weird to me. It's still weird to me to this day.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. I can't like I like it, but I do not blame you if you think it's too weird. I honestly do not blame you. If you thought Seinfeld was a show about nothing, freaking Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a show about absolutely nothing.
It's the absolute of nothing.
Exactly. Oh man. Well, we are the 2 hour mark, and I think it's a good time to end end our episode. And luckily, we end it with a nice birthday song. And by the way, actually, just uh, I didn't forget, Jack. I know your birthday's coming up. I'm just saying it now so I don't actually forget.
I'm probably gonna forget because it's a quarantine day. It's quarantine everywhere, and I've been losing track of the days unless if I just stare at the clocks.
Oh no. Ghetto Jack would hate Squidbillies.
Oh, I do.
No, I love Squidbillies. I love Squidbillies. You chalkies. Oh well, too.
But I'm fine with the Boondocks. Though that's, I mean, that's a given for everyone though.
Not necessarily. I don't have I like some scenes I see in the Boondocks, but since I never actually sat down and watched the show, I can't have a definitive opinion on it.
How dare you?
I know how neutral of me. I have no strong opinions one way or the other.
Look, they're so neutral.
With their neutralness. And I still remember, Jack, your birthday's on the 25th, a few weeks from now. So I gotta start preparing your birthday gift.
Yeah, and yours is on the 26th of October.
Yep. If you think about it, it was meant to be the 25th and the 26th. I'm sure there's some zodiac sign for that. I remember the early episodes did the mystery team thing because Accessible let the pitch a show about nothing. Oh yeah, and then after that they're like, "F it, we're not doing that. We'll just do whatever the heck we want." All right then. All right then. We'll go in and do a proper closing off of the show. It's been a fun 2 hour ride. We we talked some serious business, and then we had some little fun at the end. And frankly, that's all we want to do. Just have some fun. Ghetto says, Season 4 of the Boondocks genuinely some of the worst television ever. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That bad, huh? Oof. Well, they should have listened to Dr. King. Oh well. And Jack, go ahead. You got anything you'd like to share with our audience before we close off for tonight?
I'll be doing my streams as usual. I'm gonna keep doing my. Once when I see my schedule, hopefully I'll have time to do my regular corner live streams. If not, you're gonna probably be seeing more after hours. And for now, this past week is gonna be purely Minecraft, just because I am still trying to do that speed run. It's a contest, so I'm trying to get the best. I want to practice to get the best speed run there. I want to be one of those people that get a speed run under their belt. And Right now, the current holder is at 54 minutes and something seconds.
He will be the best around.
Hopefully.
No one else is gonna take him down. All right, then. Well, good luck on that, Jack. Good luck on that. Good thing you're not trying to speed run a Nintendo game.
Because, like, if you saw my previous speed run, which I'm most likely you didn't, because you already stated you don't want to watch anything with Minecraft.
Yep.
Dr. Crow can attest to this. It went pretty badly at the very end. I choked so badly.
Oh boy.
Like, I was having fun riding my way to Narnia, and then all of a sudden, my pinky twitched a little bit because I was thinking about dismounting in a certain spot, but I dismounted in a lake of lava.
Oh boy, that's yeah.
And got a little bit crispy.
Extra crispy.
Yep.
all right then. That sounds fun. I'll try to see if I can come in, but most likely not on those late streams. I got work because I always got work in the morning.
And I got work at night.
Makes a perfect pair. I'm like the yin yang. And as for me, of course, I'll still be doing Hack Cross videos, going back to Ghost in the Shell, since I already did the second episode of Common Rider Amazons, which goddamn, that's a violent show, man. It's a pretty violent show. Comic reviews as usual. I will be doing a chill stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And good news that this coming week, my schedule will be very open, so I'm hoping to do extra things for the channel, and of course, Spider-Blood episode 4. Still typing up the script, and yeah, that about does it for me. I want to thank everyone who has joined the stream, and hopefully we entertain you. You guys had a good time. Thank you for the likes. We appreciate the audience. It's fun. It's fun having an audience because, oh boy, it's never fun when you're just talking to yourselves. It's never fun.
It was truly some tough times.
Tough times. But now you guys are here. For some reason, you think we're entertaining, so we appreciate that fact.
For some reason.
For some odd reason. It's 50% me, 50% him. Who knows? Maybe 51% me. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. The seeds of my narcissism, my ego, are starting up. About to get some drama on this channel. I'm kidding. If I say that, it means it's not gonna come true. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows? Maybe
Starting now, drama.
Starting now, Jack Okuji, you killed my dog.
Hey! If you kill my Minecraft dog, there will be drama.
There will be blood. Your blood will be shed.
There will be blood.
You're gonna Minecraft me in my sleep.
Break your bed.
No.
Ha! Now you can't respawn.
Fool! My bed is actually lava. I don't know. Alright then, we'll go ahead. Good night, everyone. Hope to see you guys on my chill stream tomorrow. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, that was